active crime scene in North Austin where an APD SWAT officer was shot and wounded while trying to serve a drug trafficking warrant. Good evening, I'm Shannon Wolfson.
I'm Robert Hadlock. That officer, James Pittman, a 7-year veteran of the force, is resting comfortably tonight at UMC Brackenridge. The suspect, 18-year-old Tyler Harrell, he's in jail, charged with attempted capital murder. KXAN's David Scott joining us live from Morrow Street. That's near Lamar Boulevard in US 183 with our top story.
Robert, officers are well aware never to take for granted serving a warrant. Things can get dicey, and this did involve possible drug trafficking. But it happened here in this newly minted neighborhood with pretty trimmed yards and pretty gentrified homes. Gunshots here, reminding us they can happen anywhere. The SWAT team announced themselves by loudspeakers, then used flash devices to distract their target. That's when they say 18-year-old Tyler Harrell fired a rifle, striking Officer James Pittman in the knee. A startling way to start the day for neighbors.
It wasn't raining, and then all of a sudden I'm thinking, my gosh, is that thunder that rolled in that quick? Well, then my husband came upstairs and said, there's gunshots. And I said, are you kidding? And he said, no. And he goes back down. I said, please don't go out there. So, yeah, that's what I woke up to.
Another officer returned fire, and Harrell quickly surrendered, stepping outside with his mother. It was a shocker, too, to friends who knew him.
I went to middle school and the first year of high school with him. I couldn't believe it. I'd grown up with him, and I hung out with him. He was a good kid. I knew he was getting in a little bit of trouble, but this came as a huge surprise to me. Officer
Pittman, we're told, is resting comfortably with his family. Tyler Harrell is resting not so comfortably, charged with attempted capital murder and possibly other crimes. And officers are likely to spend the rest of the evening working this crime scene. They're looking for evidence. They even had their bomb squad robots out here. This is the second APD officer wounded in just 2 weeks, and that's something they don't take lightly for a single second. In North Austin, David Scott, KXAN News.
This is the second Austin police officer shot in the last 2 weeks. Armando Perez was hit while trying to help stop a car burglary suspect downtown. Police and witnesses say he fired back and killed the suspect, Darren Andrew Martin. Perez is now out of the hospital, and the department and city are still reviewing this case. In Houston, a constable is in critical condition right now after being shot several times. It happened during an ambush attack. Deputy Constable Alden Clopton had just finished a traffic stop around midnight when someone came up behind him and then fired 6 shots. 4 of those shots hit Clopton, who was wearing a bulletproof vest.